lessons involved, contracts. Welcome back to Pisces TV with Dr. MB. This is a reading for you, my loves. Now, this talks about duality for my lovers, for you, for life. So take from it what you may, wherever it resonates, whether it's sun, moon, Venus, or rising, whatever house in your chart. For all of my newbies, welcome. Okay, this is something different, a little bit, because there's no vice here. There's nothing crossing, so this is good. It's just all like informative or good. I don't know. I just didn't see any. Don't do that. Don't do this. So it's kind of cute. Check the description box, right? If you wanted more information about me or booking products and services, getting you a reading. And there's a link to Patreon if you're interested in bonus, extended readings, daily motivation, or just to see what we're doing over there. Come on in. Here on YouTube, we have the store. Check out the new winter wear, the member section, as well as the community board. So there's a plus in subscribing. Hit the notification bell so that you get alerts. I do update quite frequently, and so you get the coupon codes. And again, know what we're doing for all of the virtual mixers, the courses, classes, specials, entertainment, whatever. It is all here. So let's get started. Now, I don't try to be Krabby Patty, but I was just like, the lovers again. Pisces, your love lives are going to change, or are changing. Your love life, whether you see it or not, because we talked about some of those ships being on the horizon above the clouds. You just don't see it yet, but they're coming. Your life, your love life, the way you see love, your partner, somebody's morphing here. And I like the duality. I started to say opposites attract, but it wasn't opposites, but then it is if you're like being scientific about it. However, the first card to come out is the lovers. All right. So I thought about, for one, the lovers. And then I also know that feminine, masculine aspect, the inside, the outside, whether you think about our genitals or the energy of the dominant expression outwardly, or the internal wisdom of the feminine, right? However you want to see it. I won't force it. But that's what we have here. I thought about the peace sign. I thought about Cancers. I see the fire. That's like fire, and then the blue. So it could be some of you, dealing with different signs, the little eyeballs and how you see things. We've been talking about perspective, perception, all of that good stuff. So it's kind of like really reeling in, and I've used all kind of decks. And this is a more, as you can see, sci-fi kind of fun like deck here, and the lovers still manifested on the scene. So from the guidebook, the lovers represent gestation. Something like that. If the sperm and egg represent two halves of a whole, then the lovers represent two whole human beings merging in order to create yet even larger and more spectacular. Okay? Yet they are still separate organisms, each experiencing their own reality. The lovers are like two universes that are carefully swirled together, temporarily fusing before unraveling again to repeat the cycle. So cycles and lovers and the universe and raveling and unraveling, ain't that mystical and magical? So I thought that was super cool. And then coincidentally, this is a female kind of like aspect. This is a young man. So here we have it. Okay. When I saw macros come out second, right? Because the lovers was first, in case you care about a thing like that. The lovers was first. The macrocosm came out, and I automatically, because of what I've learned from this deck, thought about the microcosm. That card came out next. It was crazy. So even if you think of the word macro and micro, there was just like this, like I said, the either two opposites or a duality or something that has emotion, this coming together, this coming apart, this likeness, where the micro represents small. I say internal if you're looking at this picture, but we know that it's small. It's inside. Okay, it's her brain, her head, her crown, her skull, whatever the case may be, is keeping it within. Sometimes that's necessary if this is like inner peace, right? or kind of like grounding yourself, where you have to like harness your energy, because they talk about like breaches in the auric field and how that's an issue. So there's no negative, there's no small-minded or anything like that. Sometimes this internalized energy is necessary. And then look how there's this portrait, okay, inside of her mind. Just take that for a second. And then here, there's still a boundary, but his is not within his mind, it's in what he sees. So if this is a projection of his mind, this would be the universe, which is the macrocosm, and it talks about expansion. And some scientists, doctors, metaphysics, whatever, religious folks, whoever, they've also made a comparison to our nerves and our brain and the roots and trees, you know, elements, plants, and the universe itself. So there's this mini version, there's this expanded version, there's this internalized energy, there's this externalized energy, and how it's all necessary in creating something with what appears to be balance, peace, or that brings us the lovers. Okay, I had to do the overall picture. Okay, short script for some of you, it may be about looking at the bigger picture, depending on where you are in life in your personal situation. If you are looking at it from one perspective, there may needs to be like an expansion in your vision and how you see things. And it's you know, the spirit is like, nah. Then for others of you, you could, and I'm not picking on Pisces, but we're so imaginative. We did have in our reading where we take something small and kind of like expand it. So there is a sense of, to kind of keep it, you know, keep it real, and not like over exaggerate something. Don't make anything bigger than what it is, especially something that is being created in your mind. I didn't want to go there, but I did a little bit. Now I'm noticing here the blue that she has on her side, right? The water inside. And it looks like all elements too. I got the brown, the trees, the water, a little bit of air because the moon and the stars are up there. So all of the elements here. And then look at all of his elements and the water and this little bubble, okay? So really quickly, because I know they're really scientific and we ain't got to go scientific with it, but there may be some insight there. With the macrocosm, which was the next card actually in this deck after the lovers, so that's in synchronicity. This is the world that we observe, the outwardly world that we explore with our minds. This is the outside world before it is filtered through our senses and our brain, which may be over here. Now that I just read that, this outwardly thing, I'm thinking about the Emperor and the Empress. And then here we have the lovers, and ain't that romantic? And like I said, if you're into metaphysics and, you know, the cube of life and the cube of space and Kundalini, this could be even deeper for you. The microcosm, okay, we'll get into that. Did I lose it? Probably did. Let's see, micro, because this is a pretty big book, and I have the digital version. Microcosm. I hope I got that right. There we are. And it's pretty small. The microcosm is the inner universe of our own minds. It is our thoughts, emotions, and the totality of our unique experience. So our inner universe, our outer world, isn't that cool? Inner universe and outer world. And we have here the lovers. Inner universe, outer world. It is our thoughts, emotions, and the totality of our unique experience. I absolutely love that. So let's, just for kicks, when we look at our inner world, okay, we have change, transformation, observation. Okay, so we are looking outside of us. Maybe a need to look within. And then for the macrocosm, which is the unfiltered, all that's optimism. Okay, we've been talking about good news too, so the universe may have some good news for you. We have the Five of Pentacles in the reverse. All right. And I do see the Eight of Swords. Okay, so the Eight of Swords here. And let's see how that fits. Okay, that's deep. Now, first I want to start with the macrocosm, as it is the outer reflection. Okay, and why we could possibly have the potential, and then this Eight of Swords. So are we not seeing the potential of something? Are we banking on potential in something? Because I like the page. We have been talking about good news. We have been talking about patience, looking for the signs, taking it slow, and all of that kind of stuff. But with the Eight of Swords, it's like indecision, feeling trapped, obstacles, doubt, confusion, imprisonment. So maybe the outer world is reflecting that emotional trials and scandal, could represent a prison of some sort. Okay. And that's not funny. I'm so inappropriate. Gosh. Okay. Not being a prisoner of your thoughts. It could even talk about expansion so that you're not stuck in your mind or stuck looking out into the world. I like that. As well as, I'm not trying to be sexist, but how women, they say we're expressive and men really aren't, right? And so I like the Five of Pentacles in the reverse because it represents better times are coming. So there may need to be a belief in that, even though your outside circumstances could be painting a different picture. The universe is like here in its reading source, spirit, your higher self, or just the tarot cards is saying that leaving a situation, rehoming, finding a new home, maybe even finding new beliefs, but it does indicate better times are coming. So that's why this good news may be about better times are coming, and even getting help from a bad situation, coming in from the snow. All right, absolutely love that. Now over here with the micro, with the internal, the Two of Pentacles could represent, now if I'm telling you secretly how these people feel and what they're facing, imprisonment of some sort, for one. And then someone else possibly going through a lot of changes, learning a lot, a student, financial embarrassments, karmic debts, or just dealing with debt, and trying to catch up. If these are my two lovers dealing with their own separate experiences but coming together as one, I see the Nine of Swords could be, anxieties and fears, but differently. I see the transformation, Scorpio, debt, finances, beliefs coming out of the cold, okay, and like being reorchestrated, right? And then the Two Pentacles with the Page of Pentacles would be Three Pentacles, which talks about a creation. So coming together to create something. But it also shows me the differences. But the Two of Pentacles talks about change, maybe facing ups and downs and cycles, probably even karmic cycles. Maybe losing some money, could have, or going back and forth with, just there's some back and forth there, some mistakes and all that kind of stuff. Could have even been some type of downfall, but the transformation, I feel, is going to change things. Or it talks about momentum. Like I could be talking about something way back in the past and you're already picking up your momentum. But I like change. I do like change, and I do like transformation. Double emphasis on the transformations here. And then with the Page of Swords, this is the one that is possibly expanding mentally, their thoughts. So where this person may be trapped in some areas or limited in some areas, their way of seeing things is probably expanded or more out in the material plane, the physical world. And then this energy doesn't feel stuck, trapped, and all that kind of stuff, but may need to look up, open their eyes, and be more observant and even listen. You see what I'm saying? Because he's open, and she's kind of like head down in a meditative state. And the Page of Swords could talk about communication, information, being cautious, right? And so maybe she's cautious because she's looking at it from her own way. And maybe, because he has other limitations, it's like, I can't be trapped every which way. So the imagination is like more open. I thought that was super dope. Very dope. And like I said, if this is like your duality of self, if this is the universe and you feeling stuck in cycles, it could be in how you're perceiving it, or a need to expand and be more observant. You know what I'm saying? But the Lovers came out, so I won't take that away from you guys. However, for my singles and those of you that are like, what lover? I just told you. And look at this. When I said the Emperor and the Empress, that is undeniable, because for, I know, a good month we've been talking about, well, these 2 wands meet these 2 wands, and here's the 4 wands. So I'm not making it up. It is all here, Pisces. If you enjoyed it, I appreciate your likes, your shares, your comments. Love you. Until next time, namaste.